Questions Made Easy with Scott. Now we are going to use our handy dandy question solving template that I created. If you don't have it, get it out, pause the video, get it out right now. Let's use it, all right? So here we go. Step one, it's always to align ourselves with the question, to figure out if they're asking us what should we do next, what should we have done in the past, or what are we doing right now? Now we get there by the last sentence. So take a second, let's read the last sentence together, and let's figure out where it's aligning our brain. All right, so here we go. Let's slow it down. I'll read it with you. What is the next step and the project manager should take? Boom, should take. What are we doing next? Sweet, now we know. Let's go to step two. It is understand. Back to the top of the question. Nice, easy, slowly read it for context to understand what kind of project we're dealing with, waterfall, hybrid, etc. Where are we in it, and what are the keywords? Let's do it. A project manager has completed the following steps. We finished a major IT deployment project. Okay, we're done with that. We have confirmed with the release manager that all systems are working. Awesome. We have confirmed that functionality has been verified by the quality assurance team. I'm liking this even more. And 4, we have informed the customer. We're killing it. What is the next step that the project manager should take? So before we look at the answers, slow down. What type of project is this? Hybrid, agile, what? Waterfall? This is an agile project, right? Release manager, IT deployment project, all the systems are working. I think it's probably agile. Don't know, but I think it probably is. All right. And so what are we doing right now? Because we got release managers in there. When in the project, we're not early. We're not middle. We are late. We're just about as late as you can possibly get. Way on the back end, right? All right, sweet. And what are the keywords? What action should we take? The keys right in here are in that big nitty gritty middle, right? I like that middle part. They're just telling us right here everything that we've done. We've finished, we've confirmed, we've informed, and we've gone through all these steps. So these steps should ring true in your mind to be like, bing, 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 bing. I know where we are. I know that they're following a process, and I know what's next, all right? And so that's what we're doing right there. Now, as we get into step 3, which is assert, we assert what we think the real issue or problem is here, and we go for it. Now, as we get into step 3, we slow down and we assert what we think the real issue or problem is right here, the situation, and what we do in real life. All right. So what do we got here? If we got walked up to and said, hey, get me up to speed. I've been sleeping for a couple of days. What's going on? You'd say, hey, man, we are right at the end of this thing. We have finished all the work. We've gotten the release manager to say everything's working. The QA team said it's all kosher. It's all good. The customer knows about it. I just need to say, what's next? And they'd say, dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. And then we would say, you know what we do next? I think we need to make sure that before we let everybody go and before we hand everything off, we got to make sure that our report's done. We got to make sure that we do lesson learn. We got to pull everything together, pull it together, hand it over to the customer. Bye-bye. But before we let everybody go, we got to do that stuff. And probably the next thing we're going to do is let's start the report and let's start getting lesson learn as we go through here because we just killed this thing in a good way. All right. So that's kind of what we would do. Let's go to step 4. Let's evaluate each answer independently. We do not rush. We do not do anything that's crazy. We go through step by step on their own merits. All right. So A, do we like it? Do we not like it? And why? Well, A says, would the next step be to add the lesson learned to the organization's knowledge base? Now, yeah, I mean, that seems like a really good thing we do at the end of the project. Sweep through everybody, make sure that we, squeeze their brains, get all the lesson learned, put it in there, summarize it, get it in the, so we can help other people and get on with the project, close it out. So I'm going to keep A around. I like it. I like it for that logic. Let's go to B. Update the risk register, stakeholders, and team members. All right. Yeah. Update them on like the progress. Yeah. I mean, definitely like, what about risks? Like, sure, update the risk register that these things, could fail. Sure, I'm sure there's things out there. This isn't a bad thing. Like, we're going to update the team members and the stakeholders. Like, it would just follow through the normal communication management plan, stakeholder engagement plans. So making a special thing there, I think we'd rather just follow the process. So while I agree in principle, it's not jumping out at me as far as procedural close processes that we would follow through. All right. So I'm going to say I like B a little less than A. Okay. Now let's go C. Ensure that the procurement plan is closed out. Okay. So like really, I mean, in the terms of how we're doing things, are we sure that we're in the procurement world here? Like, I don't know if we did this internally, externally, whatever. So the procurement plan, I'm not exactly sure that we're actually dealing with any procurements here. So to close it out, like, not sure that we were actually playing that game. So I'm going to say no. Okay. And then, so let's cross out that. Let's just do the little arrow thingy. Here we go. Cross it out. Let's go to D. Review, verify, and complete the release documentation. Okay, so review, verify, and complete the release documentation. Well, it said that the release manager verified that all systems, or confirmed that all systems are working. So wouldn't that be them doing that? Like, not us? Like, we'd review and verify it. Like, sure, but complete the release documentation. Like, they'd be helping us with that. We'd be doing it. Like, is that the next thing that we do? Not sure, because that was like the second step in our laundry list of things we've done. Like, probably would have done that while we're there in the second one of the 4. So not loving it. It's not jumping out at me. It's something that needs to be done, but I don't think it's right then. So let's cross it out. And as we're down at A and B, let's think through it. Now we go to step 5, and we just got to make a decision between A and B, as we often are in 50-50 land. What do we like? Update the register. Nothing really jumps out like that we need to update the register here. We're making certain assumptions that like not getting these confirmed and verified things done there is a risk. I don't know. It doesn't say that. Informing the stakeholders and all this jazz. Like, yeah, we're going to follow through the communication stakeholder engagement process. But really, I'm leaning toward A. How about you? What are you thinking? I like A because it is a process that we follow when closing out. Make sure that we do the lesson learn run through. Boom, we got it right. That's what we're doing. And as we get it right, whether you get it right or wrong, we always try to improve ourselves by understanding what are the areas that are weird. Could we identify what the closeout procedural processes are? Would those feel reasonable in our mind? Do we need to go back and review those? Because that's where we're learning. And why do we go through and get lesson learned? And do we only do it at the end of a project? No, we're doing it all the time, especially at, phase closeouts, do those things. And then at the end, we're definitely doing a deep sweep through all our people. So as we go through there, find ways to get yourself better, find ways to improve. That's how we get the best score, and follow the template. All right, see you in the next question.